Here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Friday, January 27th, 2023. It's already starting to be a lovely freaking day here. Let's start off with this. So I don't know how many of you were catching Bloomberg this morning. Well, they floated out a former Fed president today, and this is what he had to say. Are you ready? Because this may be a surprise to you. Every country on earth, this is a quote, will float more paper moving forward. Let's decipher this code. Will float more paper. What is he trying to tell you? They're going to inflate. And who's the real government? It's central banks here. Look, no nation on earth can do a damn thing without the backing of its central bank. So like here in the United States, I mean, for example, look, if the Federal Reserve, let's just throw out a hypothetical, were to say, hey, guess what, everyone? We're not gonna issue any more debt, not a single dollar. What would happen to this? What would happen to this lovely, prosperous nation that we all live in here? Well, how about Mad Max? Does that ring a bell? I've been using that a lot. It's the truth here. Look, they control the economy, these central banks. They control the financial system. They control world markets. Everything. They are the government. So what this freak is saying here, I think it was Fed President Richards. I didn't catch his name. But anyway, every country on earth will float more paper. I love that. What a way to hide the truth. Let's talk more about a few other things here. So we got some economic news today, and some of it's supposed to be really, really good, and you should be cheering about it. Are you ready? So personal income apparently came up by 0.2% in the last month. Meanwhile, year over year, core prices have risen 4.4%. So what is that in the grand scheme of things? People are getting robbed blind. Their purchasing power is evaporating right before their freaking eyeballs. And this is about to get much worse. But according to the Federal Reserve's favorite indicator, personal consumption expenditures here, it says, are you ready for the kicker here? Oh yes, the pace of inflation is slowing, although inflation is still rising. Can I please get a duh? Maybe two. Duh. People, you can't make this stuff up. It's impossible to do. It's impossible to make any of this stuff up. Oh man, it gets to me. I don't know about you. Anyway, so let's just cover a few more things. Let's just for a moment here look over at the market. Speaking about the market, you remember I told all of you yesterday that I was working on a new intraday trading system for my trader friends out here. I put out the core of it yesterday. Check your inbox. A new intraday trading system. I've been dabbling with this for a while. Go have a look at this and let me know what you think about it. I put all the parameters there. You can set this up for yourself with a couple of clicks. And I hope this is something that all of you will appreciate. I said I was going to give it away for nothing. Well, here you go. It's yours. I'm working on one more component of it, and I will get that out soon. But what I already put out, again, in my free newsletter, link in the description of this video, is pretty much all you need. And if you can suggest a change to it, please write to me. Let me know. All right, with that said, again, let's go look at this market here. So I'm looking at this. Stock futures are lower right now, not by much, despite the great economic news that we got. I mean, inflation continues to fall, although it's still rising, but at a slower pace. People are earning no more money, even though they want you to believe that personal incomes are higher. But they don't. Look, what's going to happen today? They're going to float out the mummy, the mummy man himself, and he's going to tell you. He's going to say, hey, listen, everyone, I have some great news for you. People are earning more money. But what he won't tell you is year over year, prices continue to skyrocket, and there is no end in sight to this, and I mean zero. I mean, don't take my word for it. Let's analyze this statement by former Fed President Richards. He says, governments are going to float more paper. They're going to float it. How do you float more paper. Unless you're trying to disguise the, look, this kind of jargon is kind of like insider talk. Float more paper, meaning inflate, print more cash out of thin air, add more digits to a screen. And that, really? Oh, who would have ever guessed something like that might occur? And it's going to occur to a much more extreme amount moving forward. Look, I have covered with you, we discussed it right here. What's the theme right now and will be for the freaking foreseeable future? Currency devaluation collectively. I can't put this another way. Central banks, all of these institutions, people, look, just don't take my word for any of this. Does it make sense to you what I'm saying? Forget about looking any of this up. Does it make sense to you? Just think about this logically, that central banks are on a mission here, on a mission to suck the purchasing power out of their currencies collectively in a, what I've been calling, a race to the bottom with regard to the purchasing power of their currencies. And this is why they continue to inflate. And they're going to do this until time immemorial. Because again, look, if any of you for a nanosecond believe that central banks really do want to slow inflation or stop it or even reverse it, you're absolutely being deluded and duped by the mainstream media. They have no intention of this at all. They want to continue to inflate. Sure, they may slow the pace of it, which it looks like is happening here, and they're doing this by crushing demand, by crushing the consumer, okay? This is happening, but it's not going to reverse inflation anytime soon. They're going to continue to inflate because that's their end game. This is where a central bank's power resides. Number one, you all know this. If you're new here, well, here's a big secret for you. The power of any central bank resides in one thing and one thing only, and that is their ability to inflate. Do you believe, and I want to hear from you on this, that there is a single central bank that is going to give up that power, their power to inflate? Why do you think we have wars, expanding of wars, constant war going on around the world, the military-industrial complex continuing to be fueled here? Do you think this is really all just by accident? Really, honestly? No. Nothing at all here is by accident, and I mean zero. Anyway, let's go back here to the market. So futures are lower right now, stock futures. The 10-year yield remains stable. People, nothing going on here. The relative strength of the dollar, again, also nothing going on here. The MMRI this morning, last time I looked at it, was 222. Below the 250 line in the sand, their line in the sand. I'm not setting this. This is the line that they have set. And we can see this reflected in the Mannarino market risk indicator. Period. Again, free to you, free to everybody. Link in the description of this video. That illusion of stability, people, what's it going to do? Let's just put this together, okay? I don't want to hear from you too. If you believe, like Greg Mannarino does, that the illusion will be maintained, that central banks are going to continue to inflate, where do you think cash is going to go? Is it going to leave the stock market, or is it going to go into the stock market and into commodities as well? We're seeing an interesting set of dynamics play out here. Generally, when you have a risk-on environment, risk-on meaning cash making its way into the equity market, cash comes out of certain asset classes, in this case, commodities. But we're seeing a phenomenon here. We're seeing commodities rise. Okay. At the same time, cash is making its way into the stock market. So there's an interesting dynamic playing out. I've been watching this for a little bit of time. I'm sure a lot of you have been doing the same thing as well. And this is why I've been saying you got to have exposure to commodities. If you need just one, what is it? What's Greg Mannarino going to tell you? Exactly. Silver. Physical silver, physical silver, physical silver. Got this shit all over my desk here, all over the freaking place. Here, there's more here, more here, more here, all over the freaking place. I got it everywhere. I just love looking at it, playing with it, kissing it. It's my favorite asset of all time. You all know that. Anyway, knowing that things are the way they are in this market here, and I believe sincerely that because of the circus act going on here, this market is going higher. as long as the debt market stays stable, or the illusion of it, as long as the relative strength of the dollar remains weak. So, you know my take on this. You can take advantage of this market by getting long. Ticker JEPI, my favorite one right now here. I've been buying a lot of this stuff, pays a nice monthly dividend here. There was a whole article written up on this recently by MarketWatch saying how it's outperforming the S&P 500 by a large margin. And I've been telling people to buy this for quite a long time. And if you got in on that, well, you know, bravo to you. You've done pretty well. All right, people, that's pretty much where we stand today. The charade continues, the nonsense, the garbage, the distractions, and the propaganda. Oh, yeah, people are earning more money. 0.2% in over the last month. Meanwhile, core prices continue to skyrocket. Although at a slow pace, but they're still going up. But remember the mummy. The mummy is going to come out today and tell you that you're doing better, because you see, they have to dictate your life to you. They have to convince you of things that you know are completely false. But what else did you expect in this freak show? All right. This guy here loves you a lot. Please share the video. I will see all of you at what time? What time is Greg Mannarino going to see you live? Because people keep writing to me. 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be live. We're going to go over commodities and whatever else you guys and girls want to talk about here. Okay, like I said, I want to get on a more personal level. I want to get to know all of you better than I already do, and I feel like we're family already. I will see you, as I said, and I'm out of here.